Many people today are exhausted, but they do not know why. They sleep 8 hours and still wake up tired. Their legs feel heavy. Their mind feels foggy. Their body feels swollen, tense, restless. And little by little, they begin to believe this feeling is normal. But listen to me carefully. The body was not made to live under constant pressure. When I was younger, people worked very hard, harder than most people today. But at the end of the evening, they knew how to calm the body down again. They knew how to return the nervous system to peace. And one of the oldest rituals we used in my home was soaking the feet in hot water before bed. Not because it was fashionable, because it helped the body let go of what it was carrying. Today people laugh at old remedies, but old people understood the body in a different way. We paid attention. We watched how the body reacted to food, to stress, to weather, to sleep, to emotions, and over time we learned something important. When the feet relax, the rest of the body often follows. Your feet carry you through your entire life, every step, every hour standing, every bit of tension, and yet most people never care for them until pain appears. But the feet are deeply connected to the nervous system. They contain thousands of nerve endings. That is why something as simple as warm water can change how the entire body feels. Even now, after all these years, I still soak my feet at night when my body feels heavy or my mind feels restless. And tonight I want to show you the exact ritual I use. Simple ingredients, simple steps. But sometimes simple things are the ones that heal us most. The first thing you need is hot water, not warm, hot. As hot as your body can comfortably handle. Heat matters more than people realize. Warmth opens the body. It encourages circulation. It softens tension in the muscles. And most importantly, it tells the nervous system that it is safe. That is why people sleep better after a warm bath. That is why warm tea feels comforting. That is why cold people become tense and stiff. The body responds to temperature emotionally as well as physically. So fill a basin with hot water and place your feet inside slowly. The moment the heat touches the feet, the body begins to change. The shoulders soften, breathing slows, the mind becomes quieter. This is the first thing modern life steals from people. Stillness. Most people never truly slow down anymore. Even while resting, they are watching something, scrolling, thinking, worrying. The nervous system never gets silence. But healing needs quiet. After the hot water, add 1 cup of Epsom salt. This was always the most important ingredient in my house. My mother used it, my grandmother used it. After long days working, after carrying stress, after pain in the legs or back, there was always Epsom salt. Today people know it contains magnesium, which helps muscles relax, but old people did not need scientific words to know it worked. They felt the difference. The body became lighter afterward, the muscles loosened, sleep became deeper, the mind became calmer. Many people today are carrying tension they do not even notice anymore. Their jaw is tight all day, their shoulders stay raised, their stomach stays tense. The body remembers stress even when the mind tries to ignore it. That is why rituals matter, because the body needs signals of safety repeated again and again. Now the next ingredient may surprise some people. Baking soda, only 2 spoonfuls. People think baking soda is only for cleaning, but for generations, people used it in baths and foot soaks because it softened the skin and changed the feel of the water completely. The water becomes smoother, gentler, and there is something important people forget. Healing is not only about removing pain, it is also about comfort. Old people understood comfort better than modern people do. Today everything is rushed. Fast food, fast entertainment, fast answers. But the body does not heal quickly just because life moves quickly. The body heals slowly, quietly, patiently. And that is difficult for modern people to accept. Everyone wants instant relief. A pill for sleep, a drink for energy, a screen for distraction. But the body keeps score of everything. Every stressful night, every hour without rest, every emotion pushed down instead of released. Eventually, the nervous system becomes exhausted. And when that happens, people begin saying things like, "I don't feel like myself anymore." That sentence is more serious than people realize. Because deep down, many people have lost connection with their own body. Now take a fresh lemon and squeeze the juice into the water. Not bottled lemon, fresh. The smell alone changes the room. Clean, sharp, alive. In many homes, lemon was associated with cleansing and freshness, not only for the body, but for the atmosphere itself. An atmosphere affects health more than people realize. A stressful room changes the body. An angry home changes the body. Constant noise changes the body. People absorb energy from their environment every day. That is why peaceful rituals are powerful. Not because they are magic, because they change what the body experiences. And there is another thing people today rarely experience anymore: transition. Years ago, evenings were slower. People sat outside after dinner. They talked quietly. They prepared the body for sleep naturally. Now people go from stress directly into bed. Bright lights, fast videos, bad news, arguments online. Then they wonder why sleep feels broken. The nervous system needs time to slow down. And rituals like this create that transition. They tell the body, the day is over now, you can rest. Now finally, the oils. This is where you choose what your body needs most. Lavender for stress and sleep. Peppermint for tired feet and circulation. Rosemary when the body feels swollen, heavy, or inflamed. Only a few drops are enough. As the scent rises from the steam, the body begins to relax even more deeply. Smell is powerful. One smell can bring back memories from 20 years ago. One smell can calm the nervous system immediately. That is why old homes always had herbs hanging in the kitchen. Lavender near the bed, rosemary near the windows. People once understood that healing involved all the senses. Now leave your feet in the water for 20 to 30 minutes, and during this time, do nothing. This is important. Do not scroll on your phone. Do not answer messages. Do not fill the silence immediately. Sit quietly. Breathe slowly. Let the body settle. Most people are terrified of silence now, but silence is where the body finally begins speaking again. Sometimes when people cannot sleep, it is not because the body hates them. It is because the nervous system no longer remembers how to relax. People live in survival mode for so long that peace begins to feel unfamiliar. That is why small rituals repeated daily can change the body slowly over time. Not overnight, slowly. The old way was never about instant results. It was about consistency. A little care every evening, a little quiet every evening, a little healing every evening. And eventually the body responds. I remember one winter many years ago when my body felt completely exhausted. I could not sleep deeply. My legs felt heavy every evening. Even my thoughts felt tired. And my mother looked at me and said something simple. You are carrying too much without releasing any of it. That night she prepared this foot soak for me herself. Hot water, salt, rosemary, lemon, nothing expensive, nothing complicated. But I remember sleeping peacefully for the first time in weeks. And maybe it was not only the ingredients, maybe it was the feeling of being cared for. People underestimate that feeling now. Care itself heals something inside the body. That is why old traditions matter. Not because they are perfect science, but because they remind human beings to slow down and care for themselves again. After soaking, dry the feet gently. Then, if possible, elevate your feet for a few minutes using a pillow or folded blanket. This helps circulation and gives the legs relief after carrying the body's weight all day. You may notice your sleep becomes deeper. You may notice less heaviness in the body, less stress, less restlessness, less tension in the shoulders and chest, and maybe most importantly, you may begin feeling connected to yourself again. Because the truth is, most people today are disconnected from their own body. They ignore exhaustion, ignore stress, ignore warning signs, until one day the body forces them to stop, but the body whispers before it screams. Always. Fatigue is a whisper. Brain fog is a whisper. Poor sleep is a whisper. The body is asking for care, not punishment. And sometimes healing begins with something very small. Warm water, salt, silence, simple things. The modern world has convinced people that healing must be expensive, complicated, or immediate. But many of the most powerful things cost almost nothing. Rest, sunlight, stillness, good food, deep sleep, human warmth. Old people survived difficult lives because they respected these things. They understood that peace is medicine too. So tonight, before sleeping, give your body one moment of peace. Turn off the noise. Prepare the water. Sit quietly and allow your body to remember what calm feels like again. Because a calm body heals differently than a stressed one. And after all these years, that is something I still believe deeply.